Calgary is having an incredible moment right now. Let's take a look what's happening with the real estate market there. Hi everyone, my name is Kyle DeVigi, and last year I helped over 130 people from across Canada to remotely invest in pre-construction properties in Calgary. And what I've seen in the last 3 weeks has been very interesting. I have seen a significant uptick in interest for pre-construction properties in Calgary like I've never seen before. And people are realizing that the bottom is not falling out. Interest rates are stabilizing and confidence is returning to the market. And it's not just remote investors. Local Calgarians are out buying properties too. Now, this is fantastic news for Calgary, but I'm sure you're wondering what's happening to the real estate market there lately. Well, let's take a look. In January, there were about 1,200 property sales in Calgary. Now, sales were pretty flat month over month, but there was a significant decrease of almost 40% from January of last year. Now, the January sales are consistent with long-term trends, and the mix of sales has changed significantly. Condos now represent a much greater proportion of sales, while the portion of detached homes sold has gone down, mainly due to affordability. The number of new listings were actually up month over month, but in January they fell to the lowest level seen since the late 1990s. The number of new listings fell in nearly every price range, but there was significantly more activity for lower priced properties. Listings have normally spiked in February and March and into the spring in the past 2 years, so it'll be interesting to see if that repeats this year. Now, taking a look at the inventory, there's currently about 2,400 properties available for sale in Calgary today. That's pretty flat month over month, but it's a 7% decline from January of last year. There are about 43% fewer properties available for sale than long-term trends for January. Now, the big story here is that there was actually a 30% decline for properties priced under $500,000. Affordable properties are moving quickly in Calgary, and I expect this is where you're going to see the best performance over the next 18 to 24 months. In Calgary today, there's currently only about 2 months of supply available, which is quite low. Conditions are not nearly as tight as they were last year, but lower inventory levels are preventing a shift toward more balanced conditions, and they're supporting prices overall in the marketplace. On average, Calgary properties are on the market for just 42 days, which is actually very good. It's going to be interesting to see what happens as we head into the more active spring market. Now for prices, this is what everyone is interested in. The benchmark price in Calgary reached just over $520,000. Prices trended up slightly in January, and they're about 5% higher than January of last year. The detached market is what has dragged down these prices, and that's where you've seen the weakness. Properties six, seven, $800,000. The higher lending rates are really causing more buyers to seek out lower priced properties. Now, price increases across Calgary were not even. Northeast, East, and Southeast significantly outperformed the rest of Calgary. And this is directly attributed to affordability. These have traditionally been the cheapest areas, and with the higher interest rates, this is what people are seeking out right now. Now, let's take a look at the Calgary condo market. There were 318 condos sold in January of this year. Condo sales decreased by about 10% year over year, but we did not see the same rate of decline that other property types did in January. This is partly due to the level of new listings coming onto the market. This actually increased from December. Now, for new listings, there were 545 condos listed. This is a huge jump from last month, but it's actually consistent with the level from the last 2 years. There are 770 condos currently available for sale in Calgary. This is actually well below long-term trends for the month, and we've not seen this little inventory in January since 2014. There's just 2.5 months of supply. This is a huge decrease from over 7 months that we saw in 2021. The average number of days it takes to sell a property decreased about 38% to just 44 days overall. The condo market is night and day compared to where it was 2 to 3 years ago. And we're definitely seeing this in benchmark prices. There's been the general shift to affordable options by buyers, and this is benefiting the condo market the most. Condo prices actually rose by 1% from December to reach about 278,000. This is up nearly 10% year over year in the worst real estate market Canada has seen in over 30 years. But the crazy part, Calgary condos are still below the record high set in 2014. The condo market is outperforming.
Now, let's take a look at the Calgary rental market. Record net migration and strong international immigration are putting pressures on rental inventory, and Calgary continues to see historic increases in rental costs. The average one bedroom is now renting for 610 a month. This is a 37% increase from last year. Two bedrooms are now going for about 1840 a month, a 34% increase in 1 year. Three bedrooms are renting for about 2271 a month, over 30% increase. And there's less than 1% vacancy for any new projects that were completed within the last 6 months. Most of the rental inventory at Calgary is over 20 years old. So this is why I prefer pre-construction. New is simply performing better. Calgary continues to be one of the best performing real estate markets in Canada. Every time a new pre-construction project is launching in Calgary, I am consistently seeing prices increase. It might be only $10,000 each time, but when there's a new launch every month, that really starts to add up quickly over a year. I am seeing confidence returning back into the market in Calgary at levels that I've not seen. There are so many investors sitting on the sidelines today, waiting and watching to see what's going to happen. I talk to these people literally every day. If interest rates start decreasing, watch out. They are going to be piling back into the market, and there is a lot of money sitting on the sidelines.
Calgary is having a moment. And I'm not surprised. Take a look at just a few of the Calgary headlines that have come out in the last 2 or 3 weeks. More business leaders and employees in tech see Calgary as a city of opportunity. They see Calgary as a strong, diversified economy. And Alberta is actually expected to lead economic growth in 2023 and 2024. The growing tech sector has more career options for people now than it ever did before, and the city has a quality of life that's out of reach of many other cities. People are seeing Calgary as a city of opportunity. Perceptions are changing. People are taking notice of what's happening there because they can see a future for themselves and their families. Now, studies have demonstrated Calgary's region's potential as a major hydrogen hub. Calgary was built on oil, but it's a leader in all things energy. It doesn't need to just be oil. Calgary is ideally positioned to play a pivotal role in expanding green solutions. This includes the hydrogen economy. And there has been a global growth in investment, which is strengthening Alberta's economy and the communities. Calgary is being seen as an emerging hub for technology. You've got Google's DeepMind, Amazon Web Services, Ernst & Young established a finance center of excellence, RBC set up an innovation center, TD set up a training center for the financial analysts. Emphasis established a Quantum City Center of Excellence. Companies are taking notice of the city. And I bet you didn't know it, but Calgary has been rated as the 8th best city in North America to work in film. In 2022, there were 144 film and TV projects shot in the city, all the way from A-list Hollywood productions to local indie films. Alberta used to have a $10 million cap per project for a tax credit, and in 2021, the government of Alberta removed this cap. This was cited as playing a huge role in HBO selecting Calgary to film The Last of Us, the new post apocalyptic drama. The city is really starting to gain international recognition.
So, how do you take advantage of the Calgary opportunity? Here are my top two recommendations right now. The first one is Hazelwood Condos. This has been my best selling project in Calgary in 3 years. Phase one sold out in just about a week. Phase two is launching very shortly. And why has it been so popular? Because it is the complete investment package. It's in East Calgary, part of a huge master plan community, over 3,000 acres that are being redeveloped, 60,000 new residents, 10,000 new jobs. But the price point, it started from $299,900. The most expensive unit is a 3 bedroom, 2 bath penthouse, underground parking, goes for $399,000. Where can you get these sort of prices? Plus, it's a 2027 closing, which is the farthest out of any project in Calgary. It has a 10% deposit structure that is spread out over 18 months, which is the most extended of anything in Calgary. It comes with free parking, a free locker, and a 2 year rental guarantee that includes free property management as well. Think of this as your insurance package. If another COVID happens, the economy shuts down, you know you can rent out your unit with no vacancy. And the other project that I really like are freehold properties in Calgary. You can add legal basement units to many of these properties for just $70,000 plus tax. That'll add an extra 1,000 to 1,200 rent that you're going to get for the property. It's simply a no-brainer. That is the best possible investment you can make. Now, these are large units, often 3 bedroom plus dens, 2.5 baths. They come with rear drive garages and backyards. Still only a 10% deposit, and these are closing late next year. When you add in the rent for the main unit, collectively these are going to rent for about 3,500 a month. This is the highest cash flow that you can get for any Calgary project. I've got many different properties, but I really like the Rangeview project in Southeast Calgary.
If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I like to put out content about investment opportunities that are available across Canada and how you can grow your real estate portfolio. Thanks for watching.